Hi, it's Reverend Paul Slatkus, all faiths and spiritual, and in love with the world and all the people here, and animals and plant kingdom. So the good news is that we created a 6 hour broadcast for Earth Day and World Water Day, and now we've decided to break it into 6 parts. And we hope you enjoy them. This is part one. We start off in this initial hour program with I'm speaking a little bit about some facts about water and the concerns about water, the goodness and the questionableness of water in this world. Only 1% of the world's water is drinkable. Then Pastor Gil Monrose from Mayor Adams' administration, he's in charge of faith-based community outreach. He'll speak a little bit about water and some prayers to set off this beautiful show. In other words, this was April 22nd. We went live in Times Square. It was a wonderful, wonderful broadcast. After the pastor, we'll have old friend Scott Harrison, who started an organization called Charity Water. Many years ago, they've helped to get water around the world, mainly in Africa. They've done well, and we commend them. Interviewed them years ago. We have a show called The Water Hour. And then Deloitte has joined us with Donna Shutkowski-Silch, who is an audit partner. And she speaks about the good things that they're doing with Deloitte and sustainability. This is a show about ESG, environmental, social, and governance. These are all important things. And Robert Forenza has been creating the Hugger Planets for years. He'll say a few words. And then Rick Rosenspire, he runs an organization called DMS Energy. He has a few organizations and corporations that he's involved with: Kilos, Powertron, Global, Mission 6, and Nanomagnetics. Then we'll go into a stage show off Broadway called Earthquakes, written by Nicholas Bompart and Stefana Papadopoulos, and Desia and Jade Anderson are in the show. So we actually have a show about Mother Earth, and that's what this whole show is. Then Sir Michael Fitzpatrick on his cello will perform and create a silence in Times Square, followed by Ringo Starr asking for a moment of silence, of which he asked for during the International Day of Peace, of which we also are connected to, and we'll have an event on September 21st. And then Jane Goodall, Sir Jane Goodall, Dr. Jane Goodall. She's just wonderful talking about the environment. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned to part two and the other parts of the actual broadcast. We love you, and pause the world for peace. I'm down, and let's all work together. We're all in this together. Thanks so much. Welcome. Pause the World for Peace 2023 events. World Water Day virtual press conference. Earth Day, Times Square live 5-hour broadcast. Broadcast on unify.org and youtube.com/Good News Broadcast.
The good news is here, and Unify is here, going out to 130 million people on their Facebook reach. Good news broadcast on YouTube. Hi, my name is Reverend Paul Slatkus, all faiths and spiritual. Welcome to Times Square for Earth Day. Thank you all for being here. So exciting. We're going to have a great time today. And let me let you know right now what today means. Today is declared Earth Day. And we also like to celebrate World Water Day. World Water Day, which we helped create, our buddy Phil Sowers and Due Respect at the United Nations back in 1993, and was March 22nd. Just a little fun fact. Earth Day originally with John McConnell out of San Francisco was on March 22nd, because that's the equinox day. And that's the day you can take an egg. Does anybody ever try that, to take an egg on the day of March 22nd, 23rd, depending, leap years and things like that, and see if it stands. My buddy over at Wonderama, if you know Wonderama Television, it's a national television program. It's been on for years. I asked him last year on Earth Day when we did a show, what do you do with the egg? And Chuck Armstrong's commentary was, you can fry it, you can scramble it. In any case, you can get it to stand up. So the good news is that we're here. We're all together in one of the most renowned location venues in the world. Give yourselves a hand for coming to New York. In essence, it looks like unmasked, and we've all been through a lot of stress and strain, and we're all here to show our due respect for each other. It's wonderful to come out and be with each other, and I want to applaud you myself. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a hand, seriously. We've been through a lot these last years, no doubt about it. COVID had really gave us some stress and strain. So now we're here, Earth Day and World Water Day, and today we're doing a 5-hour live worldwide broadcast. So if you're not here physically, you can go to facebook.com/unify and watch this broadcast, or you can go to youtube.com/Good News Broadcast. And let me give you some idea of what's going to happen here today. We have such great, important people talking about Earth and sustainability. And in the corporate world, which is our world, because people are corporations, it's something new that is becoming more and more important for corporate world, international companies, is ESG, environmental, service, and governance. So companies and the people in the companies, we've coined the phrase PSR. You have corporate social responsibility, CSR, and PSR means personal social responsibility, respect, okay? Because corporations are nothing more than us, right? And so we need to personally be responsible for Mother Earth and to take care of it in a loving, caring way. And sustainability means be concerned about our water conditions, be concerned about our carbon footprint, they call that, okay? And we're going to hear a lot about carbon footprint here today. And we're going to hear about what corporations are doing about that. One of our speakers will be from Deloitte. We'll have DSM Energy talking today. And at some, and who's a veteran? We love the veterans. Nobody knows more about peace on earth than a veteran. Dwight Eisenhower said, nobody knows more about peace than a veteran, than someone fighting in essence. So we're into world peace. Our concept is Pause the World for Peace, and we've been for 20 years doing a concert in Central Park for the International Day of Peace. That's why we have a sign over there and a sign here. On September 21st, of which we will do another concert here on September 21st. And what that signifies and what that is so important for is that at the United Nations, 193 countries raised their hands for peace. And so what we wanted to do for all these years is strengthen that message, and at 12 noon, what happens is that they ask for a moment of silence for peace. Okay, and so at 12 noon here today, we will have virtually, just so you all know, on this big screen. So a lot of this show, you need to know, is virtual, okay? Many people are doing many things all over the world for Earth Day, okay? So instead of them being able to be here, what we've done is we've pre-recorded messages from them. For example, Ringo Starr at 12 noon will ask for a moment of silence for peace. Later on in the show, we'll have Leonardo DiCaprio. We'll have some TikTok superstars. We'll have Dr. Jane Goodall starting it off talking about the environment. We'll have, let's see here, Stevie Wonder, Shakira. These are all peace messengers of the United Nations who have donated their time and energy to talk about peace. Actually, we'll have something from faith, in the mind of faith. We'll have first Pastor Monrose, the Executive Director of Faith-Based community here for Mayor Adams. Mayor Adams has given us a citation, and we'll read something from Mayor Adams as well. And the Five-Star Diamond Award is giving us. And when I say us, it isn't our company, Good News. Good News Corporation, or you go to goodnewsplanet.tv. All we are is what we are with each other or for each other. Our motion, our mission is to focus on we're all in this together. Let it be said. Okay, that was our call it an award from the Five-Star Diamond Award. So it's all good here today, and once again, we thank you for being here with us. So I'm going to read just a few. This show is going from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. once again, and you can watch it if you're not here on YouTube.com/Good News Broadcast and or Facebook.com/Unify. Let me just read a few comments here for water, okay? We're going to focus on water on this event because water is concerning, and that's the reality. 1.4 million people die annually, and 74 million will have their lives shortened by diseases related to poor water. You should all know that only 1% of Mother Earth, this is the famous NASA photo from the moon, that anybody who ever paid taxes, this money paid for this NASA photo, okay? And you see also on this photo, there's no boundaries and no borders. We are all in Mother Earth together, okay? And that's what's important to realize. So to deal with the water concerns, to deal with carbon concerns, to deal with issues that affect everybody, because if something happens here in Times Square, it's happening really worldwide. There's only one sky, there's only one sun. In fact, we end up with tomorrow with Annie, okay? So today is really a show packed with people doing serious things to increase the awareness about sustainability. Sustainability is a big deal. And the good news, we have a lot of young people. My grandson's debating all over this country at 16, water security. So I couldn't be more proud of him and others. All right, another concerning commentary is that today 1 in 4 people, 2 billion worldwide, lack safe drinking water. And sanitation also is a big concern. Almost half of the global population, 3.6 billion, lack safe sanitation. That's half, 3.6 billion, okay? Globally, 44% of households' wastewater is not safely treated. Global water demand in water withdrawals is projected to increase by 55% by 2050. Mr. Monrose, he's the executive director of faith-based for Mayor Adams' administration.
And thank you all again. Thank you, Paul, for your friendship and also to the work that you do for the city. And I am learning so much. When you talk about water, I think we did some research yesterday where someone was saying that water is mentioned more times in the Bible than just about any other natural mineral. That was important. And so we thank God for the gift of water today. And that all of the world troubles and ills that deals with water, that somehow we as human beings will not contribute to the polluting of the water, which is really the essential of life. I think that when you look in the tradition, in the Christian tradition, you talk about Jesus talking about water, talking about this whole idea of cleansing, and it's for life, it's refreshing. So my prayer today is that all of us would join our hands together to make sure that, again, that we are the gatekeepers of helping nature continue to thrive in this world. And that all of the work that you do, it will be recognized and you'll get the resources needed and necessary to be able to help you continue to do your work. So we stand poised in New York City to stand with all of you to do the work that you need to do. Thanks again, Paul.
Okay, Pastor Monrose, what a gentleman this man is.
I'm going to read something that Mayor Adams gave us. They also created a citation. However, we weren't able to, it takes a lot to make a show. I'm going to read you something that Mayor Adams, who was the borough president of Brooklyn for many years, who knows where Brooklyn is? Is it north or south of where we are? All right. Like Yankees? I'm a Brooklyn Dodger fan. How about the Dodgers? Are they still playing the Dodgers? I'm not sure. I think they call them Los Angeles something, right? Could have been. They were going to be where the Barclays Center is originally, from Ebbets Field. All right, so us New Yorkers, Mayor Adams was the borough president for years. He also was up in the state Congress and so on. And I want to put a shout out to Kathy Hochul, our governor, who's doing wonderful projects. I want to do a shout out for the Environmental Protection Agency, the Power Authority of New York State. We just saw some of the good things that they're doing over at the auto show. Who went to the auto show? Anybody go over there this year at Javits Center? Well, if you are considering the future of cars, not everybody is going to get an electric vehicle. However, the reality is electric vehicles will be in our lifetime. So it's important to start to learn about it. Con Edison has information out there. New York Power Authority has information out there, and many other organizations. And we're going to learn a little more about those kinds of things later. I'm just going to read a little bit of, this is a proclamation that the borough president, so we go back way back. This was from 2015. So this is an important commentary. Whereas Brooklyn joins today and everywhere else in the world, Good News Corporation. So we're a 501c3. I know I'm talking a lot now. In a couple of minutes, we're going to go to a video of Charity Water, not yet. And then we're going to go to our first keynote speaker from the very important corporation called Deloitte. Okay, so let me just read something from this proclamation. Whereas the City of New York joins with Good News Corporation to recognize and celebrate Earth Day and World Water Day, and dedicated to raising the awareness that everyone should work together to establish a peaceful world and achieve world peace for our future generations, okay? Mayor Adams, okay, great. So thank you very much, and let's take a moment now. We have a buddy named Scott Harrison, and over 15 years, he has put him on the Water Hour show. And the outreach that Scott has done is called Charity Water. So we're going to go to so once again, let me remind you that on the screen behind me, you're going to watch some videos, okay? An organization called Charity Water. And so we're going to go to that video, Charity Water.
My name is Scott Harrison. 14 years ago, I left my life as a New York City nightclub promoter, and I started an organization called Charity Water. After experiencing the water crisis firsthand through my work as a humanitarian volunteer, I realized that water changed everything, from health to education to economic opportunity. But I also knew so many people didn't trust charities. So from the beginning, I was determined to do things differently. We created separate bank accounts for overhead so that 100% of public donations would directly fund clean water projects. We prove every project we fund using satellite images and GPS coordinates. As a member of our monthly giving community, The Spring, you'll join nearly 50,000 people from 140 countries who have joined this mission to end the water crisis. 100% of every donation goes directly to help people in need. I hope you might join The Spring today.
Charity.water, and I believe Domino's is still kind of matching monies that will go to that organization so they can do more to collect water here mostly in Africa, okay? And actually later on we're going to have some surgeons from New York, Mount Sinai, actually my surgeon, and also two surgeons from Uganda. And that's super. And we're going to have a ENT doctor who is going to speak as well and talk about how important water and earth is. And she is a doctor for a lot of well-known people like Celine Dion and Hugh Jackman and Madonna. In any case, I say Celine Dion because unfortunately now we know that Celine has a condition called stiff personal syndrome. And all right, so as everybody can hear that, that's going to happen. Remember, the show goes from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay? Give yourselves a hand. Look, are you all waiting to get tickets for Broadway? To get those superly, reasonably priced tickets to all the 17,000 shows that are happening here in New York today? What a city. Let's hear it for New York City. Where are you? It's unbelievable. It's such a wonderful home for people. And the city works so hard to maintain their quality of life, to maintain their sustainability. We're going to have a segment here from the Commissioner of Climate for the city and the Environmental Protection Agency, Agawala, say something. CBS News went out and did a video on him. He's so busy this week, no doubt about it, with the climate concerns. The people that are doing so many things are so busy, and that's good news. From the faith-based, I'm on phone calls with 400 faith-based leaders throughout the world and throughout the United States, the governmental leaders, the mayors, the presidents. People are doing lots of good things to ensure that we have a wonderful life. Look at the wonderful life we have. We're all here going to see a show. I mean, we're very, very fortunate, okay? And we have water, okay? Come on, we're very fortunate. Be very thankful and be smart about your water. Okay, be smart everywhere you are with your water and your environmental considerations, in your amount of driving, your carbon footprint, they say, in a 2-hour shower. You know how much water that is? All right, so you got to really pay attention. The young people are doing it, okay? They'll teach us, that's for sure. Okay, so now I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker from Deloitte, major corporation doing the right thing for sustainability. Donna Shutkowski-Zilch is a Deloitte audit partner who leads their Tri-State Inclusion Council and serves as the U.S. sustainability and climate leader for their insurance clients. This is so important to have a company like that, Deloitte, to come on the stage. It's corporate people are in it. You look up any corporation, you'll see put the word sustainability, and you'll see what they're doing. And let's pray that there's something to read, okay? Later on, you'll have Virgin Hotels, Virgin Airlines, Richard Branson people going to say something. Okay, so Donna, come on up. Thank you very much.
Paul asked me to be with you here today to speak, to talk a little bit about what we're doing at Deloitte. So around sustainability for not only our organization, but also for our clients. Deloitte is the largest professional services firm in the world, and we have a very large presence here in New York. As leaders, we recognize that corporations can no longer stay neutral on climate change. Taking action is not only the right thing to do for the future of the planet, but it will also be required to maintain a license to operate, to drive resilience, and to meet internal and external stakeholder expectations. The consequences of climate change for global prosperity and socioeconomic well-being are expected to be significant, and the world simply cannot afford the cost of inaction. So we recognize at Deloitte that there is an imperative to focus on sustainability. We define sustainability as the positive change enacted through programs, policies, and behaviors at a systemic, community, and individual level that help protect the Earth's natural processes, addresses the impacts of climate change, and builds toward a sustainable, equitable, and resilient future. So Deloitte has made global world climate commitments to reduce emissions. And as part of that, we're embedding sustainability and sustainable operating practices throughout our organization. helping our clients accelerate their low carbon transformations, and catalyzing ecosystem-wide innovation. World Climate is the global strategy to drive responsible climate choices within our organization, and at Deloitte we have 4 pillars that we're focused on. The first pillar is really net zero with 2030 goals. We commit to achieving net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2030 for our own operations ahead of the 2050 timeline that was set by the Paris Agreement. Our reduction goals have been validated by the Science Based Targets Initiative as 1.5 degree Celsius aligned science-based targets. Deloitte has also committed to set long-term emissions reduction targets using the SBTi's net zero standard. So some of our specific near-term goals include reducing our absolute Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions by 70% by 2030, based on a 2019 measurement year, reducing our business travel emissions 50% per full-time employee by 2030, again from 2019 levels, sourcing 100% renewable energy for our buildings by 2030, converting 100% of our fleet to hybrid and electric vehicles by 2030, engaging with our major suppliers with the goal of having 2/3 of them, based on their emissions, set their own science-based targets by 2025, and investing in market solutions for emissions that we cannot eliminate. Pillar 2 of our commitment is around embedding sustainability. So we're aligning our climate policies, practices, and actions across our organization. We are improving how we operate, from working to eliminate single-use plastics to reducing food waste. And some of our specific actions include designating a senior leader to be responsible for climate in each geography where we operate, prioritizing discussion of climate change on all of our executive agendas, embedding climate-smart considerations into strategic decision-making relating to our office operations, to real estate, and to our investments, continuing to conduct zero-waste meetings and events, continuing to report our annual emissions externally, so that helps to increase transparency and accountability, and reporting based on recommendations of the Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures. Pillar 3 of our commitment really focuses on empowering our people. So we're focused on engaging and empowering our employees on the impacts of climate change, enabling them to make positive climate choices at home, at work, and in their own communities. And because making an impact in the climate crisis not only relies on what our business does, it also relies on individual decisions that we make every day. So by empowering our people to make more responsible climate choices at home and at work, we are creating a multiplier effect to influence our networks. So some of the initiatives that we've stood up in this area are introducing a climate e-learning program in partnership with the World Wildlife Fund that comprises a universal e-learning module for all professionals and a dynamically curated content delivery platform with 100+ climate resources. We've rolled out Pound I Act, a global campaign to drive climate action, featuring a climate impact assessment that our professionals can take to develop personal commitments and to record those on our World Climate Hub. And our people have responded, and I see some of them here today, in fact. They have created green teams, a network of nearly 30 practitioner-led teams that have over 1,000 members across our U.S. operations. And they're focused on prioritizing behavioral change initiatives, as well as expanding operational and community activities by leading educational, volunteering, and other office greening initiatives. And some of the things that they've done, 15+ of those teams have led discussions based on the environmental justice curriculum that was launched by our Washington, D.C. office. In 2022, some of our West region green teams hosted an educational session on how a very small animal, the beaver, is critical for watershed management.
Donna, I just gonna stop one second. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Are you listening to all these things that Deloitte and their partners who they work with are doing for sustainability? Listen closely. You see all these signs around here? These are all corporations, okay? When they're doing the kinds of things that Donna is talking about, we're in better shape than we are now, okay? I keep going, but I just wanted to just say something because you really got me going with all the things that the company's doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. And then finally, the fourth pillar of our climate commitment is focused on engaging our ecosystem. So in addition to our own net zero commitments, we have established a team that's dedicated to identifying, creating, and shaping opportunities for our firm to work with stakeholders to combat climate change at a global scale. So we're collaborating with clients, with peer organizations, with NGOs, with industry groups, with suppliers, and with governmental bodies as we seek to amplify and accelerate our efforts. One of the pioneering tools that we have created is called Greenlight Solutions. It is an integrated sustainability and climate solution that brings together our complementary assets across our consulting, advisory, and tax disciplines. Greenlight Solutions is an enterprise-wide solution for decarbonization to help clients move from strategy to action. It allows our clients to understand their baseline GHG emissions, to set goals for decarbonization, and it provides the roadmap that will help them get there. So at Deloitte, we're committed to sustainability, to reducing our own carbon footprint and emissions, and to helping our ecosystem and our clients do the same. And so I'd like to leave you with a video on the solution that we have developed and that we're helping to our clients use to help them decarbonize, and that's called Greenlight Solutions.
Donna, geez, thank you, Deloitte. Thank you, Donna, for coming here. That's a big deal. Let's give her a big hand. I'll tell you, she's the largest audit and financially minded, sustainably minded corporation, maybe in the world, okay? When you have Deloitte on the stage, you're talking about the future of all of us. So, Donna, one more hand for Donna. I appreciate that a lot. Okay, so that's some video, huh? You see that video? That's magnificent. You see all these hugger planets? That's my buddy Robert Ferenza. Okay, these are in a lot of schools all over. They're actually even used for stress and strain for young kids to kind of calm down. But Robert will talk to you later about that. So we're going to continue on with some corporate goodness, I'm going to call it. Corporate goodness. Taking it on socially minded corporations. So now we're going to have Rick Rosenstein, Savage also uses that, former TV guy and entertainment guy. Rick is working with numerous companies helping to create a better carbon footprint. He's the founder of DSM Energy, which stands for Demand Side Management. Rick is a forward thinker, entrepreneur involved in reducing our carbon footprints. Everybody reduce your carbon footprints. and is partnering with several firms, which you're going to learn about right here, right now from Rick, that are involved in sustainability. Kilos Batteries, Powertron Global, Mission 6, and Integrated Nano Magnetics. Okay, let's bring Rick over, and he'll start talking, and we'll put on a little piece of, are you ready to go with your video, my buddy?
Whatever's up.
Number
Good morning,
4.
Earth, and happy birthday. I am Rick Rosenspire, founder of DSM Energy. We can all agree that as saving
Number
energy
4.
and offsetting our carbon footprint is important. I'm proud to say that DSM Energy integrates a multitude of companies involved in alternative energy and carbon emission reduction. I'm proud of the efforts being put forth here to help save our planet and the future of our children and generations to come. First, Kilos manufactures non-lithium ion batteries for utility scale alternative energy storage. Alternative energy will then be able to fulfill the role that thermal energy generation now fills. The United States of America adds 1,500 million tons of carbon dioxide every year, generating electricity by burning hydrocarbons. Nope. To produce electricity. With Kilos technology, that 1,500 million metric tons can eventually be reduced to zero. It is a huge step in the right direction, and I'm proud to be part of it. One of our other companies, Powertron Global, offers a unique product, Permafrost, which is a nanoparticle additive for refrigeration and AC equipment that can reduce energy and carbon emissions by almost 30%. 1/3. I have to say that again, it reduces carbon emissions by 1/3. All these buildings with all the air conditioning. And then we have Mission 6, a voluntary carbon market certifier and registry with our own blockchain. At present, corporations and other entities are registering for carbon mitigation. We're tracking their carbon offset and sustainability. It's amazing to be able to grow a list of climate-friendly and energy-conservative organizations. Mission 6 holds the log of these organizations. And then there's Integrated Nano Magnetics, a company that has a novel technology to replace rare earth magnets using nanoferrite, a non-toxic alternative to the enormous toxic and radioactive waste generated in the processing and refining of rare earth materials. It is up to each one of us to be aware. It is up to each one of us to take action, doing everything in our power to use our resources in a way that betters our planet for generations to come. We can become aware. We can divert from the negative impact of climatic change by taking action. We can do it. Together, we can make this a true celebration of Earth Day. I'm Rick Rosenspire of DSM Energy. Thank all of you for coming.
Could you, if you wouldn't mind, would you name those 5 companies again, please?
Okay, the companies are Powertron Global, Mission 6, Kilos, DSM Energy, which is my company, and Integrated Nano Magnetics.
And
Those are the companies.
What do they do one more time?
Okay, Powertron Global has a unique product that reduces energy usage in HVAC and air conditioning by almost 30%. Kilos is a battery manufacturer and expediter that has a technology that can be used for storage of alternative energy, eventually doing away with hydrocarbon burning for generation. Mission 6 is a carbon registry and certifier of carbon mitigation assets. And that's pretty much it. And DSM Energy is
That's a lot. By far, that's a lot. All right, Rick, thank you very much for joining us.
Paul, thank you.
And being
everybody
part
here,
of the solution.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Okay. All righty. Let's give him a hand. That's 5 important companies that are helping us all reduce the emissions. Because when companies buy his products, that means they're serious and they're getting rid of their carbon waste, okay? This is how serious this is. And that's good news, and we like good news. So now, we're going to take a moment. There was an off-Broadway show that occurred here in New York, downtown New York. Okay, Nicholas and Stefania, are you here? Are they here? Okay, they are here. All right, that's good news. So, this is a very interesting play. It's literally a play. And so, I know you're all going to see plays. Are you going to see musicals? Are you going to see shows? This was off-Broadway some time ago, but because of the subject matter of earthquakes, we felt this was very important to include into our show. So Nicholas Bompard and Stefania Papadopoulos, who's here? What's your name?
My name is Nicholas Bompard. I co-wrote the show with Stefania Papadopoulos, and I will also be playing Edward.
And your name?
My name is Deja Menze, and I'll be playing Earth.
You're going to play Earth. You're playing what?
And that is Jade Anderson.
Jade Anderson. And Jade.
And I'll be playing God.
Jane is God, okay? Jane's a woman, and God's a woman, right? We know that. This is Mother Earth, okay? Mother Earth. Okay, thank you. And where's your producer? Oh, she's in the booth there, right? Because there's some music cues during this. Mother Earth, I'll remind you all, if you ever paid any taxes, you paid for this photo. This is from the moon, NASA, NASA, that goes to the moon and goes to other locations. Do you know that on Mars? Who knows? Is there anything special on Mars? Well, Carter Emmerich, who is at the Museum of Natural History on my corner on the Upper West Side, Carter and our Water Hour show taught me that there is this, it's called water. There is water on Mars, okay? Who's been to the Museum of Natural History? I hope you all went to it. Anybody from out of town who hasn't been at that, that's, I think, the most popular museum in the United States, okay? So it's all good.
I've been waiting for years to talk to you. You can't keep ignoring us. You can't keep fighting us. You can't keep hurting us. What kind of relationship is this? I'm dying over here. Look, all we're asking for is an unlimited supply of fresh water and resources. Fisheries, regulated temperature to our liking. For you to stop your vicious hurricanes, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions, and for an unlimited supply of trees and fertile soil. Is that so much to ask?
I'm sorry, did you say something to me?
Yeah, we can't keep up with you, all right? It's too much work.
Excuse me, I'm the one having a climate crisis. Why can't you keep up with that?
Climate crisis? Is it that time of your cycle again? I don't even know what cycle you're on because you're getting so crazy.
I get emotional. It's healthy to cry.
Crying is one thing, but you flooded all of Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Switzerland, and now you're going after New York City?
What are you talking about?
You have terrible mood swings and temper tantrums.
That's just a part of who I am. I have massive... That's a part of who I am. I'm having more frequent heavy rainfall caused by massive increases in carbon monoxide, methane, and other greenhouse gas emissions that cause my temperature to rise. That spike in my temperature is fueling climate disaster. I have a very complicated body, and you can't see that.
We are detecting a large comet. Sherry's Bop is approaching Earth. Prepare for global annihilation.
That's gonna cause a huge crater. I haven't had a full body lava experience in years. Oh, that comet looks so big. I'm gonna be so shook.
All life on you will be extinct, and all you care about is fierce eruptions?
I'm accepting the changes because I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, okay?
But you're gonna kill us all.
Oh, and that's my fault now? That a comet is dying to hit me?
Look, why is this always all about you? You don't even produce enough oxygen for me to survive.
Whose fault is that?
Look,
You did this to me.
look, I have a life to live. I have to deal with various issues that are presented by my place in society. And I do my part. All right, I recycle, I take short showers, I grow my own tomatoes.
Oh, you recycle. You've been approved by the Environmental Protection Agency. Look at you. I bet you even drive an electric car.
As a matter of fact, I do. Look, can you please grow the rainforest back? Can you please clear the skies? I want to taste the fresh fruit again.
Why didn't you care when my ozone layer was there? You always hated my rainforest, my gorgeous glaciers, and my special salmon creations running upstream.
No, I didn't.
Then why'd you kill them?
I didn't do it.
Then who did it,
We are
Edward?
detecting a large comet. Sherry's Bob is approaching.
Who did it, Edward?
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Then who killed them?
It's good to see that you two are still going at it, but you need to make up. I haven't got all the time in the world.
Stay out of this, God.
Oh, God, please save my soul from this environmental disaster. And also, could you please help my social media business flourish?
God, you have no idea what it's like when your own creation hates you.
Yes, I do. So what exactly seems to be the problem here?
There's no water in the faucets. The supermarket shelves are empty. Sections of Manhattan have lost power. God, do something.
What do you want me to do about it, Edward?
You think I'm here to serve you? You think I'm gonna let you think I'm here to serve you and you think I'm just gonna let you walk all over me just because you're walking all over me? You think you can destroy everything that I've provided for you just so you can come and complain to me that it's my fault? And now you think that you can just leave and go to another planet? We were made for each other.
How do you expect me to introduce you to alien civilizations when you've created such a mess?
Wait, aliens? Really? Do they have fresh oxygen? Gold? Combo washer dryers?
See, that's your problem. You think I wasn't enough, but you can't handle me. You can't handle all of this. I have provided everything you could have wanted, but you decided to pollute me.
Oh, God, please.
Tell her. Tell her what you did.
All right, I caused the nuclear holocaust, but it's not my fault. It was an accident. All right, I was disassociated, okay? I was feeling very threatened, so I launched an attack first.
Oh me. Your feelings are not valid. You can't just feel something and have it be the truth.
4 nuclear seasons now, forever.
Reality is not virtual, Edward. It exists independently of your mind. If you want this relationship to succeed, you're going to have to change your behaviors.
Oh, the comet is getting closer. I'm totally prepared for impact. A dead planet again to start fresh.
Sherry's Bob has missed Earth.
I'll have to wait for the next one then.
You're welcome, Edward.
Why do you hate me so much? You used to be beautiful. You used to mean something, and now look at you. I can't see the sun. The water is toxic. Volcanoes are erupting. The sea level has risen. You're just so dry and arid, and the air is polluted.
Your time here is up.
Oh, God, please save me.
What do I look like, Edward? Like I'm supposed to save all of you and fix fix all of your problems, maybe you should ask her for help.
Listen, baby, I just want to say,
You don't sound so good there, Edward.
look, I don't want to die. I want to live here with you. Please, go back to the way you were. You used to have everything I needed. Now you're just cold and hostile. What happened to us? What we had was different. It was real. You used to have everything I needed. Then how could you do me like this?
So now you want her back. It's too late, Edward. Enjoy the non-breathable oxygen levels.
You dumb fucking bitch.
That was not such a happy ending. That was kind of like what are you choked to death? You choked to death. You didn't take care of Earth. No oxygen, nothing to breathe, and you just like fell down on the stage. I'm glad I got insurance. Okay, so the point of the matter is, look, let's all do what we can do to make this world. Continue to make this world a wonderful place, but we do have some concerns. Hey, that was a great show. That was a great job. Congratulations, Stefania, and yourself for writing that. And I'm never good at this part. Okay, I got it. All right, so thank you for joining us. And is it going to be anywhere else? Are you? I know you came out to do this special for us. Tell me, is it going to play somewhere else? You're from Forest Hills, right? I think they call that Queens.
So we are in the process of developing that into a feature-length play and also a film script. We're pitching it to several theaters and several networks and stuff. So this was just a taste, a 10-minute taste of what's to come. And yes, I am from Queens. I want to give a shout-out to Forest Hills. Thank you.
Okay, thank you once again. Thank you all. Great job. Okay. So now, and we're going to go to some music because we're getting close to 12 noon. And I think I might have mentioned early on, first of all, hello, everybody. Hello, Times Square, okay? Welcome to Earth Day here in Times Square. There's our event going on, which is called Pause the World for Peace, Earth Day, and World Water Day. And we're involved with the Pausing This World for Peace, especially September 21st. And we've been doing it for 20 years in Central Park and here in Times Square. So we're going to now get ready because 12 noon is when actually on the International Day of Peace is to, we get ourselves to pause the world for a moment of silence. So usually we're so honored we have our good buddy Michael Fitzpatrick leads us into a moment of silence for peace. So after Michael, because they're getting there 12 noon, and that's when the United Nations, 193 countries, asked for it in September. But right here, right now, because this is such a momentous occasion, and Michael has performed everywhere. He opens up for the Dalai Lama and other renowned people worldwide. He's got a bio that goes on for 6 pages. He's a sir. This guy can play. So let's hear him play, because then Ringo Starr, I'll say it again, Ringo Starr virtually on our screen will come up on the screen and ask for a moment of silence. And we're going to ask this whole place to do a moment of silence for peace, for Mother Earth, for water, and all those good things. All right, Michael, please lead us into that. Okay, Michael, we're going to have a moment of silence. Ringo Starr's going to ask for a moment of silence.
Peace and love. Yes, my name is Ringo, and I'm here to make you aware on the 21st of September, it's the International Day and Moment of Peace. So I'm here on behalf of the UN General Secretary to let you know that at noon on the 21st that we can have a moment of silence for peace. I'm going to have my moment now. Ooh, I feel good. Peace and love, everybody.
Okay, thank you all for taking that moment of silence. Let's hear now from Dr. Jane Goodall, another peace messenger of the United Nations, speaking about our concern for Mother Earth. Okay, let's go to her video.
I think nature is my symbolism for peace. And now this tree stands as a symbol of what nature and us can do together to heal the world. But we've got to work much harder. We must respect each other, no matter what country, religion, or culture. But we must respect the natural world. And unless we can interact better with the natural world in more harmony, world peace will be impossible. Because if you lose water, if the climate changes, if the whole world is polluted, how can there be peace between men?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Jane Goodall. Wow, Dr. Jane Goodall, what a spokesperson for years and years and years about Mother Earth. That's for sure.